Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails, and if you would like to do so, my email's in the description box below. Okay? So this first email comes in from a community member, and she said, fuel prices jumped 40 cents a gallon. She's in California and she runs a truck stop. And she said 40 cents a gallon on regular to premium. Diesel has stayed the same. She is running two stores. I'm guessing they're like convenience stores that are at the truck stop. The owner had to fire one of the managers and asked me to run it for a while and clean up the mess, and it's a mess. Okay. She has to have the store cleaned up and running properly, and she'll be overseeing the stores. The owner has up here in her area as the district manager. Okay, thank you very, very much. So, okay, so fuel prices have jumped to 40 cents a gallon, and we are seeing gas prices jump here as well. What are the gas prices like where you guys are living? Are the gas prices jumping where you are as well? Please comment in the description box, or no, not description box, in the comment section, please. Ooh. Okay, so this community member, she wrote in and she said, I went to the store and had to go get eggs at the gas station. There wasn't any eggs at the Dollar General again this week, so I got the 18 count for $4.99. Wow, that's high. That's really high. And this person, this community member, she sent in a picture for a commercial break, but let me explain it to you first. She said, we've always dreamed of a coffee IV. Well, I'll bring you the handy dandy coffee patch that's actually real. I found them today at a health food store. I need it. Okay, this community member wrote in, she sent pictures as well, and she said, looking at my labels, the layer pellets we bought at Royal King Country Road had soybeans in it, but no corn, just a bunch of stuff I can't pronounce. And it says, don't feed grains. Why? The one we got from Big Pines Hardware is the FRM brand. It lists grains. It costs a little bit more, but I'm not buying from Rural King anymore either. This feed is designed to be fed to pullets from the onset of lay through the laying period. Huh. I'm not sure. I've been trying to understand the process of, owning chickens and things like that. So, and I'm learning a lot through you guys. Do not feed any product that is moldy, rodent, or insect. Begin feeding Country Road layer feed at a rate of 1.5 pounds per bird per week from the onset of lay, around 22 weeks of age through the laying period. This is complete balanced ration. Do not feed grain. Grain. Do not feed grain. Grain, like as in when I hear grain, what I automatically think of is like corn, rice, grain, like that. That's what I think of. Oyster shell or ground limestone may be fed in addition to Rural King layer feed. Keep feeders approximately half full at all times. Provide grit at 1 to 2 pounds per 100 birds at least once a week until oyster shell is or ground limestone is offered. Provide plenty of fresh, clean water at all times. Grain. I'm thinking corn, right? I don't know. Processed grain but then if you look at the ingredients, it says processed grain byproduct. Grain products, dried bakery product, calcium carbonate, plant protein product, lignin, lignin, sulfonate, salt, calcium propionate, which is a preservative, choline chloride, dried trichoderma, ricin, fermentation product, methionine, roughage products, forage products, soybean oil, molasses products. Molasses, really? Lysine, natural and artificial flavors, iron oxide, potassium chloride, vitamin E supplement, zinc oxide, copper sulfate. Oh my God, there's a whole bunch of words I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Huh. Okay, so here is a email from a community member. She said, I learned a few things from other people's videos. The first guy had known about this feed issue, but didn't want to get on Tractor Supply again because he'd been on them so much for their sponsorship. Family Drag Queen Dance and Story Hour. Ooh. After a good period of time had passed, he called Doomer Pilgrim's Pride and was told they had changed their formula. After watching your video, now I wonder when they did that. In another video, it was reported that the feed were lacking cysteine, lysine, and methionine, whatever. Since all these people fixed the problem by merely switching feeds, it looks like more like a deficiency rather than a poisoning. I phoned the food bank operator at my church yesterday. When she mentioned that they used to get eggs donated from a farmer, but he hasn't been anymore. I may call a farmer soon to see if this trend has hit Illinois. Trends come to Peoria, Illinois last. When I moved here from Champaign, the long dead goth and mohawk movement hadn't started yet, but arrived later. I remember that movement, yeah. And speaking of formulations, restaurants are doing this too. A YouTuber called Squirrel Tribe had an anaphylactic event at a fast food place she'd been to for years. As it turned out, they started using coconut oil instead of the usual oil. I can't remember which chain. Okay. I had my own issue with Keebler cookies. I bought some Keebler Elf shortbread double stuffs and attempted to eat some on the way home. After the second one, it was obvious something was wrong. I drove the 40 miles home with that awful taste in my mouth, which lasted for hours afterward, and it couldn't be washed out. The company told me they had gotten taken over by Ferrero Rocher, like the chocolate company, Ferrero, and that the formula had changed. The first ingredient listed was sugar, and my theory is that they had been using beet sugar instead of cane sugar. I can't have beet sugar because it tastes like kerosene. Does it really? I don't know if I've even had beet sugar before. Huh. My brother can't have it either, so I think it's like this substance from high school biology for where only 15% of the population can taste it. I can't buy sugar at the store, especially from Walmart or Dollar General, because they don't give the source of the sugar. And a further rant, no more Mars products such as Three Musketeers because they are labeled as bioengineered. Little white donuts too. I can almost feel the weight sliding off. Hershey and Toblerone to the rescue. We may already be eating crickets in the form of red dye. I'm not worried since I don't eat anything with red dye anyway, except for Red Delicious apples, which have been unavailable for 3 to 4 years. Have they really? unless you want the petrochemical glazed ones in the grocery stores. Totally organic here. It's getting to the point where I'll have to grow my own food. Yeah, yeah. I've been saying that for how long now? Commercial break. Okay, here's an email with some pictures from a community member. She said, my friend lives in Saudi Arabia, and when someone was R word, they cut off the you-know-what. When someone steals, they cut off their hand. There's little to no crime there. In LA, you can steal up to $1,000 and walk out with no charges. I know, I heard. So here's an email from a community member. And she said, I think the big guy has been watching the prepper videos when I'm not around. He's totally on board with what I'm doing. I think before he was being a little indulgent. Husbands get that way after 45 years of marriage. Yesterday, we stripped the bed in the guest room and put 3-inch risers under the frame. It now hides 13 cases of number 10 cans. We also ordered more of the 80-pound Vittle vaults. Okay. And an 80-pound container will hold 4 5-gallon buckets of rice, 120 pounds, or 4 buckets of beans, 110 pounds. I put bay leaves in my containers for safety. So do I, with the Gamma Seal lids, and they are easy to access. Tomorrow I'm going shopping to top off the preps for February. The big guy is agreeable to no shopping for the entire month. Pantry time. Yeah. If we run out of milk for cereal, he said we'll get the powdered milk out. We ordered and got our new Nesco pressure canner. We're going to start with our freezers and see what we can preserve. We had 3 power outages last month. Okay. We charged and set up the solar generator for our small refrigerator. We just received an order for a pound of dehydrated sliced mushrooms. Do you know how much that is? It filled up a 5-quart size food saver bag. Not bad. I think that will last for a while. Yeah, I think so. I encourage everyone to review their fruit storage, canned or dehydrated. That's where we are short. I'm looking for at putting up some applesauce with a new canner. Okay. Well, applesauce. Yeah, it's pressure canned. Yeah, it's pressure canned, but it doesn't take very long. It doesn't take very long. Because it's like the same when I do my tomatoes. It's not very long, I believe, right? Rose Red Homestead has an awesome video about fast dried beans. That's next on my list to try with the dehydrator. The less water we need to cook, the better. My suggestion to everyone, review your preps, find your holes or your shortages, and don't wait to add them. Everyone, please take care and be safe. Thank you, sweetheart. So listen to this. The community member wrote in and said, I love your show. Me and my son just rehabbed our tiny kitchen and thought you would get a kick out of it. Always remember the difference between a conspiracy theory and reality is about 6 months. Share my pics if you want. Remember to obey. Oh my God, this is perfection when I tell you. Look at these pictures. Absolutely adore this kitchen. Okay, this email comes in from a community member, and she's talking about Ice Age Farmer. Something about YouTube comments were made about the complete disappearance of Ice Age Farmer, and he supposedly received a notice from the feds to stop talking about certain information, and she worries about me and the others that she follows on YouTube. I I did not hear about this. So if anybody else has, please email me and let me know what's going on. I have not seen or watched anything of his in so long. I can't even tell you what it is that he used to talk about. I mean, I remember he would talk about like normal things, like things that I talk about. It's not harmful. I just, oh God. Wow. Unbelievable that they're taking it this far. This far. Thank you for being worried about me, but you know, as someone of the prepared mind and an American, you know, I feel like we are losing our rights every single day. And it stinks, you know, and I think this is why I prepare the way that I do. It used to be for an emergency or hurricane season, you know, loss of income, this and that, you know, and now I think I'm really seeing why I do what I do, you know. It's the fall, you know. And I think you know what I mean when I say that. It's the fall of who we are as a country, as a people. And God, you know, it sucks that we even have to talk about things like this, you know. And you know, as a person that I am, okay, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmom, I'm an aunt, right? And my family is everything. You know, they are literally my oxygen. And everything that I do is for them, you know. And to think that, I mean, it just look at society. Just look at it. Look at it. It's getting worse and worse every single day. It's getting scary and scarier every single day. Now I know my real reason of why I do what I do, you know. And it's, you know, I prepare for my family, I protect my family, you know. All right, I gotta stop. Commercial break. I gotta stop. And this community member wrote in and she said, if production is cut to export, then it's only a matter of time before we see a huge hike here in May due to egg and oil shortages is heading to a store near us really soon. And this is what she's talking about. She said, never thought we would ever see the day that Hellmans mayonnaise, it's hard to say goodbye to delicious Hellmans mayonnaise, but due to high inflationary import costs, we will regretfully be discontinuing Hellmans until further notice. A big thanks to our loyal fans for all the mayo love over the years. Yeah. All right, commercial break. All right, guys, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.